My name is Rowena. I'm from Toronto, Canada, born and raised by two immigrant parents from the Philippines who wanted my sister and I to have a better life. And they taught me a lot of really important things in my life, values such as giving back and serving humanity. And so I did that for many years. I had a career working in the government for about 18 years, where I developed policies for the Ministry of National Defense and Public Health, traveled around the world to Nunavut, Tanzania, Siberia, Japan. I can go on, and really enjoyed my career. I was doing something that really meant a lot to me, and got to see a lot of different places and meet a lot of different people. But I think many people would agree that sometimes the unexpected happens in our lives, and the unexpected happened to me. So when I was 19 years old, going into university, I ended up being diagnosed with lupus, which really impacted my life in a lot of ways. I ended up getting very sick, found myself in the hospital on disability, and struggled for many, many years with health situations, and found myself, as I mentioned to you, really struggling because I still, like many people, had a mortgage to pay and a car payment. And so after that many years of working in the corporate sector, it was only last year that I sat down with myself and I said, you know, there has to be another way. What can I do where I can still serve humanity and still love what I do and make an income so that I can take better care of my health? And so I found Kuvera, and it has allowed me to truly live with freedom. And I think that's a statement that a lot of people talk about, and they love this idea of freedom. But for me, what freedom meant to me was really being able to leverage my time and leverage my money so that I could do the things that were important to me, such as building a school in Haiti, which I'm doing right now. And the school is actually being built in this September. So I'm really excited about that. And there's a few key words that I would think of when I think of myself. Number one, it's sharing. You know, I love to share information and empower people in every way. And a part of sharing is being able to give people the gift of education. And that's something that I'm a huge advocate for. I lead with my heart. That's something that is also very important to me. And service to humanity is the third thing. And so this is who is speaking to you. These are the core values that I truly believe in. And I'm really excited to share what I found a year ago with all of you today. I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of context, because I think it's important that you understand why we're talking about the issues and this topic about financial literacy. So the reality is that we are taught generationally a couple of things. You know, many of us that have immigrant parents have taught us the importance of education and going to school. And yet the majority of people end up going to school, getting an education, finding themselves in debt, and then working this 9-to-5 job for the next 40 years of their life with the intention of maybe retiring. And yet the majority of people are struggling financially. Did you know that the average North American has at least $200,000 of debt that they do not know how to pay off? And they do not even have $500 in their bank account. So that was a really big eye-opener for me when I looked at our society and I saw that there were a lot of people struggling. And so I thought to myself, what if there was a way that we can shorten the time where we're working and actually truly enjoy the time in our lives where, you know, we're supposed to retire, only there's more palm trees and we do that at a younger age. Because let's be real, the reality is that oftentimes when you go through a drive-through like a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks or a Walmart, you see people that are in their golden ages serving. And I don't think that that was the life that they intended to do and to have. And so here we are in a generation where people are struggling financially, and we live in a financially sick society. So with that being said, there is an epidemic. People have unhealthy financial habits. They're stressed out about money. There's not enough time for people to enjoy that time in their lives with their family. And oftentimes it impacts them and they're uncertain about their financial future. And so because of all of those things, when you think about it, and when I thought about it, I said to myself, well, the world is changing so fast. And is there a way that we can reverse that epidemic? I thought to myself, well, we now live in this digital era, this digital world that's completely taking over society. And I'm sure you guys would agree. I think about companies like Facebook, and I think about companies like Uber and Airbnb. These companies have disrupted the industry and have literally replaced brick and mortar to click and order, where people have the ability to have access to everything at their fingertips in a nanosecond. And it's amazing to me how accessible things are in our society today. But it's because people are hungry. People want things now. That's the society that we live in. And so when I found out about Kuvera, I knew a couple of things. I knew, number one, that we were a forward-thinking company. And when they looked at platforms and decided on specific platforms to use, they were thinking of a few things. Now, they knew that companies like Facebook, Tesla, Airbnb, Netflix are using three fundamental technologies. Number one, they're using advanced technology. They're using algorithms, which is trends in markets. They're using artificial intelligence to really capture information and give access to people in such a way that they're able to share information, or they're able to book a trip, or they're able to do many, many things by utilizing and leveraging technology. So here's what the company did. They said, is there a way that we can pose a question to people and ask them, is your money growing or dying? So as you're sitting here on the webinar, I want you to just think for a moment and look at your situation. Now, everyone is in a completely different situation right now. We all go through different things in our lives, but I really want you to sit with that and ask yourself, is your money growing or dying? Because the last time I checked, when I went to the bank, my bank, I bank with CIBC, was only giving me 0.05% on my money. And I was completely baffled by that. I thought to myself, here I am with this bank for so many years, and they're only giving me 0.05% annually on my money. And yet, I have my mortgage with them, I have RRSPs, I have mutual funds, I have all of these different assets, and that is the return that I'm getting. And so I thought to myself, there has to be another way. Well, then I was introduced to Kuvera. And so Kuvera is a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. And that was really important to me, to know that we are a publicly traded company accredited by the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating. And so what we do essentially is we provide financial education technology and give that to the average person. And so some of our products, as you can see, fall into the cryptocurrency space. So we have crypto mining, we have Crypto One, we have FX One, which is in the foreign exchange market, and we also have financial fitness. So one of the biggest components that really brings this all together is really the educational aspect. And that was one of the things that was really attractive to me, because I knew that financial literacy was not something we are taught in school. And I said to myself, well, it makes sense. It makes sense that we have this platform where we're able to not only learn about the global financial markets, but we can actually be empowered to learn something that many of us don't know. I mean, with the foreign exchange market, which I'll talk about in a little bit, our banks have been putting our money into the foreign exchange market for over 150 years, and yet they're not telling us that. And so this platform is very unique in that what we've created essentially is an ecosystem in the global financial markets. And it started really because of these four individuals. Now, I'm telling you this story because I think it's really important to know why Kuvera started. And it was because of these four individuals who I truly admire and I hold in such high regards. So we are based out of Utah, and these four individuals, Ryan, Chad, Annette, and Mario, basically they came from Wall Street. Their background was in financial markets. They were teaching people about S&P 500 options. They were teaching people about the stock market and foreign exchange and all of these things. But the majority of people that were in those rooms back in the day were people that had a lot of capital. They had a lot of money to invest. And then if you remember in 2008, when the recession hit, it impacted so many people. And here's what they saw. They saw a whole bunch of people have their assets completely disappear, and the banks were answering to no one. And they saw people like with their houses in foreclosure, just completely suffering. And so they came together, the four of them, and they said, we need to do something about it. We need to come up with a solution. Their desire was to disrupt the status quo and really change the current state of debt accumulation by offering solutions to people to take control of their finances. The vision was very simple. How can we help people live more fulfilling lives, free from the instability and limitations of financial burdens, providing platforms and leveraging and participating in the global financial markets? And so they decided to create a platform for us with three very simple steps: find, grow, and keep. Find money that you didn't know you have, leveraging the global financial markets, grow your money in the global financial markets, and then keep, preserve, and protect it. And so that is the mission of Kuvera. So I want to switch it up a little bit and talk about the Forex market, because this is a market that is huge. And so all of us here that are on this webinar, I'm sure, have a cell phone. All of us do. The last time I did a presentation, I asked the room, who here does not have a cell phone? And every single person had a cell phone. So the question then to ask is, how many people and how many of you on this webinar have an app that actually pays you? You see, one of the great things about Kuvera is they've made it so simple for the average person. We're in 70+ countries around the world, and whether you are in one bracket of your finances or another, you still have the ability to be able to tap into the global financial markets simply by downloading an application. I have people that are starting up in Haiti, which is one of the most impoverished places around the world, to Nigeria, to England, and here in North America. And so we're really excited to give people access to that in a way that makes sense, in a way that's simple. So what does that actually look like? Well, I think I mentioned to you guys that it is a $5.3 trillion a day industry. $5.3 trillion a day. And it's a lot of money. It actually, you know, if we were to utilize the services and the platforms, it's just amazing to me how much money could be made in a very, very short period of time by utilizing our services and our platforms. And so I'm really excited to share this with you and to know that there is so much money that's there, that's accessible to you if you choose to use it. So we have a program called FX1, and essentially what it does, it basically teaches you the buying and selling of currencies. But here's the thing. I come from a public health background. I knew nothing about the foreign exchange market. And what's incredible about this company is we're leveraging the knowledge and expertise of market experts. So you literally don't have to know anything about it. We give you the education, the research, and the technology, and then you choose if you want to participate in the foreign exchange market by leveraging expert analysis, by literally pressing 4 buttons. And it just makes it so simple for everyone, which is part of the reason why we have 18-year-olds that are literally utilizing our services and 81-year-olds. And so it's just an incredible, incredible product. So essentially you're mirroring the trades. It's a copy and paste model. This is basically what it would look like. So you would download our Kuvera application. You would choose a broker like MetaTrader 4, and then alerts would essentially come in from Kuvera. As you can see here on the phone, on the left, it says trade alerts. And you would choose if you want to participate or not, and then copy and paste those numbers. So super, super simple. We also have hands-free technologies. Now, I know a lot of people that are on this webinar are busy. We're all busy, right? We have busy lives, we have families. And so what Kuvera has done is they've really streamlined the whole process by giving people access to hands-free technology, making it fully automated. So we have crypto mining, which is automated. You essentially purchase a mining lease for a supercomputer that's mining the cryptocurrency that's most profitable that day. We have Rise, which is also in the foreign exchange market, that's based on an algorithm and is trading anywhere from 1 to 300 times a day. We also have our equity pack, which is S&P 500, and performing incredible. So we give people the option to either choose manual, where you can put in the numbers yourself and actually learn as you go, or for the people that are really busy, you have the option for hands-free technology and keeping it automated. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about the evolution of money. Now, I'm sure many of you guys can agree that at some point in our lives, there was a point where we were trading livestock as a means of trading. And then it evolved to gold and silver, and then dollars and fiat currencies, and then debit cards, where you can just press tap and you're able to pay for whatever it is that you want. And now we live in an era where we're talking Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And so I'm sure you would agree that this is evolving rapidly, and that it is revolutionizing society in so many ways. Now, we know that there's been huge growth with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin have all been shown to be on the map. And with the advancement of technology and knowing that it is not issued by a central authority and fully secure, I think more and more people are engaging in that conversation. And it's evident simply because, well, we know that there's been global adoption. Companies like Microsoft, Expedia, eBay, I can go on and on and on. These companies are forward thinking in their approach, where they're giving people the ability to pay for goods and services utilizing cryptocurrency. I think here in Canada, our Canadian government is definitely opting into the ability to utilize blockchain technology as a means of transparency, research. And so I feel confident saying that cryptocurrency is really going to be something that's going to be here for a very, very long time. And so I'm really excited that the company has opted into providing that for the average person. Super excited about that. Okay, our company has also attained and invested $50 million into a beautiful facility in Romania, Iceland, and China. And we continue to provide leasing contracts for people where they get access to these supercomputers that are mining cryptocurrencies that are most profitable that day. So far, we're giving returns in Ethereum, which we believe is a coin that's going to be around for a long time and has incredible technology attached to it. So we offer different contracts based on the individual. Some people have $500 to invest in a contract, which will give you that type of hash power, an engine for that contract. And then we have other individuals that are investing $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. And so imagine if you woke up every morning and instead of checking your Facebook or your Instagram, you actually just checked your wallet and you saw that every single day you're getting returns. I think that's a pretty good conversation to have with people. So what I do want to say that this is a vision that's much bigger than us. And I've shared with you a lot of information, and you're probably thinking, okay, so I've heard a lot of information, and I haven't even shared the other products that we have, such as startups and equities, and we have some other things that are coming very, very soon, because I don't want to overwhelm people with too much information. I think that understanding that what we are and who we are as a company really is providing people with an ecosystem and giving people the autonomy to be able to choose based on their situation. And I love that. You know, my first question when I have someone come on board is really like, where are you today? And there are a lot of people that are in debt, and so I gear them towards our deductor system, which helps them with personal finance, and we give them tools and resources to help them transform their debt and then look at, okay, now how can I now make my money work for me? So this vision is much bigger than us. We're hearing stories from all around the world in 70 plus countries. And so you're probably thinking, okay, well, I'm interested. How do I get started? So we base our model on a social referral model. How many times would you guys say that you've seen, say, a billboard, or you go to check your mail and there's one of two piles? Typically, you know, there's the bills and then there's all of the ads and the flyers that we do nothing with. And so because we live in a referral society, the company decided to utilize a social referral model. So the startup cost is $229 to begin, and that gives you 7 to 10 different products that are going to help you diversify your money. I know that many people end up spending way more than that on dinners. Ladies, I know you spend way more than that on shoes and other things. And this really is a question, is are you willing to invest in yourself? And so I believe that it's a very small amount of money to invest in yourself, which is going to really help you leverage your money. And just like a gym membership or a wine club or anything like that, there's a recurring fee of $199. But here's what the company said. The company said, we want to give you and pay you for your efforts to expand our model, to expand our business, to be on the crusade, and to create a mission that's much bigger than what we can do on our own. And so what the company said was, you share this with 3 people and your product credit is completely waived. Meaning, just like, say as an example, if you have a favorite restaurant like the Keg, or say for example, you go somewhere to go get gas, imagine if that company said to you, you bring 3 people here and your gas is free for the rest of your life. So that's essentially what Kuvera has done. They've said, we're going to reward you for your efforts. And so you have the ability to be able to make a residual income anywhere from $500,000 to $350,000 every single month. And I think that's really exciting to know that, you know, I believe in multiple streams of income. I think that making money while you sleep is a very attractive thing. You know, I will tell you that just 3 weeks ago, I ended up getting really sick and I was in the hospital, and the ability to know that I was secure in receiving a residual income made me feel so peaceful, and to know that I had peace of mind. And so there's really 2 options here with this company. You can come in as a customer and really utilize the services and leverage the products, or you can come in and do both. You can become a customer, or you can build and expand the business with us. We have one of the biggest teams, and we have an incredible team with support and tools and resources that you need. So I'm really excited about the future. And here's what I really want to say. We are not, and I'm not here to sell you anything. This really is a conversation, and what I'm doing is giving you information that I hope you will do something with. I always say, you know, there are this many people in the world, and oftentimes when I'm with a group of people, I always say, you know, there's one group of people that will say, you know, man, I wish I did, and the other group of people that will say, I'm so glad I did. So I hope that you are one of those people that actually takes action, answer and ask the questions that you need to be answered. My request is that you get with the person who invited you to this webinar, and I really hope that you join us, because we're on a mission to really change the world. So I'm going to just close this right now, and I'm going to see if I can put a video on.
It's about money. How can you go wrong with money? It's not soaps, lotions, potions, it's money. Probably probably the only company in the world that's ever going to teach anybody financial literacy. Not on just that note, but imagine learning about finances in the technology world, or learning about how, commodities work, or forex works, or, who knows. Not everybody knows everything about cryptocurrency.
I realized I had no exit plan from the corporate world, and I was desperate. And about the same time, a good friend introduced me to Kuvera. I have learned more about money and how to exit the corporate world in 12 months than I ever have in 30 years working.
Me the freedom in my life. I have some different stream of income from other companies that I'm working with. I'm an entrepreneur, but this company gives me the life. My dreams comes true through this company, and I have money and time, which is two important components together. If you have this, lucky you. If you don't have, just join Kuvera.
To worry about my job and working for 8 hours and spending all this time on my job, I don't want to be working my whole life.
Found my passion. I love this because I've been working 3 jobs and I found my exit plan.
I chose Kuvera because it can provide you with something that a job can't provide you. I always knew about the foreign exchange market, but I wanted to get involved, and through the platform and the technology, I was able to do that.
I learned one word a long time ago that was really important to me, and that was leverage. And Kuvera has given me an incredible gift, the ability to be able to leverage my time and to leverage my money so that I have the opportunity now to actually live with freedom, to experience the world, to be able to give back, to serve humanity. And to me, it's the best decision that I've ever made.
For me, Kuvera has taken away the fear of money, that my money will no longer control me, but I will control it.
A lot of families struggle financially, and Kuvera has given me the platform to help others and also to leave a legacy for my family.
It's taught me to show people how to create an exit plan. Without this, I think I was looking at helping people find hammers at Home Depot. So I'm happy for this opportunity. It's allowing me to take my life in a different direction.
I haven't seen anything like this before, where I can just put my money in, do a few simple things, follow the experts, and have my money grow for me. It's an amazing system. If you want to wake up in the future that we're building today, come my way. If not, I'll see you on the way there.
Kuvera allows you to invest your money in the markets and have your money working for you. What makes more sense?
Education system never teaches us how to be financially free, and that's exactly what Kuvera does. The tech education they give you and the simplicity of this system makes making money from your smartphone easy.
Kuvera is so important in my life because it gave me freedom. I truly believe freedom is one of the most important stuff you can really acquire, and I truly believe people should chase freedom rather than chasing money.
Is that a real question?
Spent my time to drift away. I lost my mind, just left one day, and now I shake it up. 6 a.m. I woke up to the other side, 'cause I was blind.
And we just finished the Kuvera Global Conference where I learned a whole bunch of things about finances and investing and things that I didn't ever have any introduction to before, but I'm doing it now because if we don't learn how to make our money work for us, we're going to work every day of our lives.
successful job and a wonderful son, and my job was affecting my health. So Kuvera has offered me hope.
It's a platform which can teach me how to make my money work for me. And using this platform, I can grow my money and really take my income to a whole new level, which that's really what the bottom line is, to really just bring in some more income and make my money work for me, basically.
Okay, everyone, so thank you so much for joining today. Please get with the person that invited you onto this webinar. I'm really excited to have so many on here, and the person that invited you will have all of the answers that you're looking for, and we definitely look forward to seeing you soon. We have a regional event that's coming up on September 20th, where we're expecting 600 people or so, and we have a number of top earners that are coming in from Florida. We have our master distributor, Rick Roberry, that'll be here, and then our top Canadian leaders. So thank you so much for taking the time to be with me this evening, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Take care, everyone, and have a great weekend.